Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you're here with me this morning. A little bit after 6 o'clock. I slept like a champ after that hike last night. I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I woke up at about 5:30 and kind of dozed back off again. Oh, what a hike, huh? What a great hike. Now what I wanted to do today was I wanted to go over some of the gear that I used for the hike, and then I want to go over some of the gear that I had waiting for me back in the truck when I finished the hike. So let's get started. Okay, everybody, so for the beginning of the hike, had my LL Bean hunting backpack. On the front of it, it comes with a Skinner kit, and it's got first aid built inside of it. So I had my first aid, I had an extra knife and what have you. Also, I brought my SOG knife, and that's got a sharpening stone with it. Brought my SOG machete. I thought I was going to have to do some bushwhacking in there, and come to find out somebody had bushwhacked the trail for me, or ahead of me I should say. So I didn't need this, but always good to have, because you never know in that area, that particular area whatsoever. I brought a small pair of binoculars, you know, to overlook the ponds. Even you can check out the waterfall. You know, which obviously we didn't make it to the waterfall. I was so beat up, it was time to get out of there. But yep, pair of binoculars. Set this aside. This was my rain poncho I purchased from LL Bean. I've had this for a while. I've used it here in New England with hunting. I have the pants that go with it. It was pretty cold. And I didn't really bring any winter gear, obviously, but it was pretty cold in there, so I started out with this, and then as you saw by the end of the video, I took it off. There was no need for it. I was sweating, hungry, tired, thirsty. Didn't need this anymore. This is the Camelback bladder that I used, 2-liter bladder. I had it full of water when I depleted the water source. Then I had a little 2-liter of Powerade that was already in my backpack, along with the small body armor that I had with me. I depleted all 3 of those. All 3 of those were gone in that trip. Okay. I had a banana. I had a pear. I had an apple. Those were all gone. I ate half of my sandwich. When I reached the pond, you guys saw me, I was eating. That was the only break I took. The rest was all on my feet, in and out. That's just the way it was. I wanted to make it back in good time, and I did. I really honestly did. Now back onto some gear here. Thermocell for your mosquitoes. I brought them a Thermocell. Also bought another kit to go with the Thermocell in case the butane ran out. I didn't bring any bug spray. I didn't want the DEET all over me. Could I have had it? Yeah, I could have had it. But the Thermocells are so much more efficient and work a lot better. Therefore, I did that. Fire starter stuff. I brought this because I got stuck out there and I was overnight. I'm going to have a fire. Yeah, I'd be a little worried about the water and not having that, but I'll do what I got to do with that. If I got to filter water through moss or something, you know, to make it somewhat clean, you gotta have water. So that's what I'm doing, is starting a fire, going primitive. I brought a GPS just in case, mark my position, know where I was and everything else. I didn't use it though. I kind of knew where I was on this trail, so I didn't use this, but I brought it anyways. And on my backpack, I have a compass. So I've got 2, work hand in hand. Of course, I brought some lights. If I was hiking out at night, This is a light I use for my bicycle. It charges by USB, so this was fully charged. These are just regular headlamps that I have. Depending on how far I'm trekking out and I'm using these, they don't last very long. I really should upgrade to a really nice headlamp, to be honest with you, and junk these, but I just haven't. I just have not. Here's the GoPro Hero 4 Session. That's what I use to do most of my recording, along with my camera phone. And I brought some extra SD cards because I thought that this one might get all eaten up and then I'd have to switch to another card and what have you. But I think the footage is going to come out great. I don't know. I'll be doing some editing on that. Advil, brought a couple in a bag. Also, back at the truck, I had a bottle. So I was good to go on Advil. Me, myself, I have a bad back. So BioFreeze, I put this on my back. Right when I got back to the truck, applied that all over my back. That definitely helped. Chapstick. Chapstick when you're on the trail. You might not think you need it, but believe me, you start getting dehydrated, your lips get chapped, you're not feeling it. Chapstick. Chapstick. Now the trekking poles. Black Diamond trekking poles. I bought these from REI. So far these have held up. They held up on the Hubline Tower. I wanted to really give them a good push on there because I knew that I was going to need them for this trail here that I just did. They held up well. No nicks, scratches, nothing. Nothing. They did everything they were supposed to do. So actually, REI put out a good product here. I'll probably link the description below on that. And if there's anything else that you want to, if you want to comment on or you want to know on or anything, let me know. And I'll get right back to you. I've had viewers sending me a message asking me, hey, how do I do this or that from previous videos? I get back to you, okay? I don't let it go months, weeks, and all that, and never talk to anybody. I get back to my viewers. Sour Patch Kids, absolutely. More sugar. Needed that. I didn't finish them, obviously, but I needed that when I was on the trail. That was also in the big bag. So basically, all that stuff is all big bag. Now, secondary. 2-liter water backpack. This is my cycling one. You've seen it on short hikes. This is what I had in the truck waiting for me, and it was all set to go. As a matter of fact, I never went through it. That's still full. I had a full Powerade in this when I got back. Drank that right away. I had a Lipton iced tea in the truck waiting for me. Drank that right away. Right when I got back. No lie. Of course, like I said, I had the extra Advil. If I ran out of power for the GoPro or my phone, I brought the Insta charger. All right, this is just a little charger. You charge this thing up before you leave the house, bring it with you, and it's like a big battery. It'll charge all your items such as your phone, your GoPros, and what have you. Handy little tool. So I brought this with me. Of course, you got to have the plugs. And what else did I bring me? So, you might ask, you know, aren't you afraid of bears, coyotes, and everything else? And yeah, so 1911 went with me. Okay, yeah, Colt 1911 came along for the ride. Typically, when I'm in the woods, to be honest with you, I don't hike without it. Here in the state of Connecticut, they've got one of those laws where you can't have high-capacity magazines. So what I did was I brought up 2 weapons of my choice, one a revolver, one a pistol. And basically I took that one to Vermont. Vermont has a high-capacity magazine, but this meets it. This meets it, so I don't have to worry about it. And I carry throughout the United States anyways. That's because I'm retired law enforcement and I'm covered under HR 218. Just in case you're wondering, you know, how can you do that from state to state? Well, I'm covered, so I can. But yeah, that's about it for the gear review. The shoes are outside. I rinsed those off this morning. Those are Merrells. They're not real high top hikers, okay? But they're not the Merrell low hikers either. They definitely cover your calf, go a little bit up to your ankle, just up a little. But those did a great job. You know, I've had those for years. Those have done great, just like you've seen me wear my shorter Merrells. They do great. Also, hold on one second. So guys, I've had 4 back surgeries, okay? Four back surgeries. All right, so this hike is no joke. I have to wear a silicone brace because on my last surgery, I got a drop foot. So I have to use this to pick up my foot in order to walk, okay? That's probably the reason why it took me 5 hours to get up there and 5 hours to get back. You know, the terrain, my foot, my back, all right? And I'm 50. I like my AARP card. I made it, okay? I own that. But for the people that say that you can't do it because you may have a handicap or there may be some kind of other disorder that you're dealing with, all right, for all the naysayers, or when you tell people that, hey, I'm going to go out and do this today, I'm going to adventure outside of my realm today, and you get a whoop-de-doo or a whatever, or you'll never do that, ignore all that. That's all negativity. Ignore that. How do you beat negativity? You go out and you do it. That's what you do. I love to prove people wrong. So I go out and I do it. And then I provide it to all of you. It's my way of giving back to the people that really, truly may not be able to get out and do this stuff. I love providing this content for my subscribers and even the people that watch it and haven't subscribed. I hope they do. But if you haven't, please do. So never listen to a naysayer. Blow that off. You can give them a smart remark if you want to, but go out and prove them wrong. And then prove to yourself that, hey, I can do this and I did it. It's self-rewarding. Let me tell you, when I was done with this hike, I was beat up, really. It played mental games with me, obviously physical games with me. I'm a little bit older since I have been on that trail. I didn't remember it as much. But man, I'm glad I had all the equipment that I did, and I prepared myself by doing the smaller hikes, like with my daughter and by myself. So that way, I was prepared for going there again. And I could say I got great closure by doing that hill. Now, I don't need to go back and do that hill anymore. I am done with that hill, to be honest with you. I am done with that hill. Those were some good times and bad times in my life when I had first done it. And this was a closure, basically, for me to be able to go up there and do that hike again. So really, if you have any questions about any of the gear, I'll try to help you out. Also, please go to the YouTube channel, Sam Ducharme. Sorry, Sam Ducharme. His trail name is Sam I Am. He hiked the whole Appalachian Trail. He was a former co-worker. He's a good buddy of mine. You can watch my videos on hiking, watch his on doing the trail. He'll probably shoot you back a message really quick. If he doesn't, get a hold of me. If you can't get a hold of him on certain things, and I'll shoot it over to him, and he'll know it's real, not spam. Okay? But we're here for you guys. We are here for you. We love doing this stuff. So until we get out there again, I'll see all of you on the next adventure. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.